Okay, sit on your chair for the next series of exercises, which are known as the pressure cooker series. So we'll start seated and then we'll take it into standing. So sit with your feet hip distance apart and again your toes pointing straight ahead. Lift your toes to lift the arches. Keep the arches lifted but release your toes down. Now here we're going to use our hands to, again, stabilize the outer shins, but we're going to work on a different action, not just engaging the inner thigh, but engaging the upper inner knee, but widening the inner thighs. So outer shins in. So you should feel a little bit like maybe you can see my leg, the outer shin muscle is engaged. So you use your hands to, like little walls, to encourage that engagement of the outer shins. Now, keeping that, widen your inner thighs apart. So holding the stability of the outer shins, widen your upper inner thighs, like you're widening your sitting bones to the sides. Should feel some space in your lower back. Maybe your lower back can curve in more and extend up further. It's easier for you to keep lifting your toes, to engage the outer shins, feel free to keep them lifting. So lower legs working, outer shins, inner thighs widening. And then release. It's hard work, right? And now stand up. Now take your strap and make a loop in your strap. Now we will use the strap to do that same work of the outer shin. So instead of the hands, we'll use the strap. So make the loop wide enough so that your feet can be hip distance apart. Bend your knees, lean slightly forward. Now lift your toes. Feel free to keep them lifting if it helps. You can work this way. And when you lift your toes, the inner arches lift. And that starts the idea of stabilizing the outer shins. Okay, so feel free to keep the toes lifted, but if you can keep the arches lifting while replacing the toes down, you can do that as well. So outer shins moving in as if you're trying to slacken the belt, not pushing into the belt. And now widen your inner thighs. Widen your inner thighs. Outer shins in. Widen the inner thighs. And then slowly straighten. And you might start to feel this all the way up into your hips and even your sacral area and your low back. It's really good work in a lot of different ways. Now we'll do one more way. Take a block. So stand again in your belt. But now get that block into your upper inner thighs and stand just in Tadasana. So if you tend to be a hyperextender like me, you'll want to keep the back of your knees soft for this. So bring your weight onto the ball mounds of your toes first and then pull those kneecaps up. And I'll talk about hyperextension a little bit more later in the class. So weight on the ball mounds of the feet to slightly soften the knees and then pull the kneecaps up, especially the upper inner knee. Okay, same thing now in Tadasana. Slacken the belt, but widen the thighs like you're gonna drop the block. So it won't actually drop, but the shins move in and the thighs widen out. So this is really good stabilizing realignment work for the knees. Tadasana, like this. Outer shins in. So again, starts from the feet. You can slightly lift the toes, inner arches lifting, outer shins engaged in, slackening the belt, and then inner thighs widening as if you're dropping the block. Okay, release that.